Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Abigael Kimani if you're new here, and in this week's video we're going to be discussing about things I wish I knew before I lost my best friend. But first, let us roll the intro. Things first, friendships are seasonal. Friendships can and will be seasonal. In different phases of our lives, some friends grow closer, and at that point, those friendships become more relevant to us. Not that they were not relevant, but truth is, friendships are meant to be useful. Friendships are meant to serve their purposes. Therefore, in different phases, different friendships serve their purposes. In some cases, as soon as that phase is over, it is usually probably time to walk away from the friendship, because it may become strenuous, it may become draining, it may become stressful to either of you. Therefore, it is okay to come to terms with the fact that some friendships are seasonal, some friendships are meant to be seasonal. It is always good to be able to know which battle you're going to fight. Are you going to really fight for this friendship? Are you really going to put yourself out there for this relationship to keep going? Or is it the time, is it to give yourself in and to come to terms with the fact that it was useful while it lasted, and now it is time to move on to what is next, to who is next, sort of in that phase of your life? And most of the time, there's usually some clear signs to tell us that it is about time. I personally have experienced this sort of, you walk with someone to an extent that you feel like the grace that you are walking with sort of imeisha, and then inafika point you feel like, I think the best thing that could happen for both of us is that we both go our ways. Not that you become enemies, but the level of your interaction, probably the intensity of your interaction will reduce the proximity. I mean, things definitely change from then onwards, but it is from a place of understanding that this is what was best for both of us to be able to move on to the next thing in our lives, for both of us to be able to grow, to be able to develop. It is a lesson that we have learned now, and it is time to move on to the next class, something of that sort. And therefore, it is good to check yourself. It is good to always come into terms and check with your emotions, check with your heart, check with God, check in your mind, and walk in awareness sort of who am I with, who am I carrying along, what has become a baggage for me that I am now no longer able to sort of move to the next phase of my life. We all have dreams and wishes. We all have different places we aspire to go to, and most of the time it is friendships. The truth is, some friendships can really tie you back from moving on, not even to someone else, but from moving on to the next phase of your life, because of probably worrying that you don't want to leave them behind. Some example of seasonal friendships could be friends that we made in school, friends that we make at our places of work. Once we finish school, for instance, once we finish high school, for those in high school, some of these friends you end up probably not talking to them for a very long time. Personally, I left high school in 2017, and I have not talked to 90% of my friends ever since we left. And the 10% that I talk to, we have just been in contact kidogo here and there, but we are good. There's nothing bad. We're still friends, we're still acquaintances, but it's different. Like, we moved on with the different phases of our lives. Penye tumefika, that's how we relate, sort of. One of the most common ways of making friends is by meeting the same people over and over and over and over again, and eventually you become friends. And at one point, when you leave a certain place of work, after spending most part of your days, majority of your days with these people, you become friends. But once you leave certain some places of work, most of the time it is rare. Rarely do you find that you still keep contact with your friends at the place of work. Therefore, such friends, it is also good to understand that you don't have to keep stretching yourself, you don't have to keep pushing yourself beyond where you can to keep some friends. Like, it is fine, we no longer interact as much as we used to, but we can interact to the level to which we can, of course, depending on the level of relationship, of the kind of relationship that you had. So number 2, another thing I learned is that we are not friends because of the things that we benefit from each other. That is good. It is a good thing, but let it not be the only thing that is tying us together. Let it not be it's because I have money, that's why I'm your friend. Let it not be because I am skillful, I'm smart. Let it not be because I am known for something, that's why we are friends, so you're benefiting from that. I believe we can relate to this. It is not only when there is a perceived benefit that we can stick. As friends, we are to stick around with or without benefits. It's not about what you can do for me. It shouldn't be about what you can do for me. It is a factor, yes, but it's supposed to be a benefit, sort of being friends. Let us not be friends due to the benefits, but let's get these benefits due to being friends. I don't know whether that makes any sense, but otherwise, if that is the only thing that is bringing us together, we are simply acquaintances. Point 3, something else I really learned is that friends are supposed to be loyal and helpful in good times and bad. Some things are inevitable. Some of the bad things that happen to us are inevitable. We cannot avoid them. But what we can do as friends, we can be there with each other. We can be there for each other. And it is good to always discern such moments. I usually pray to God that He allows me to discern. He helps me to discern such moments. Moments when my friend needs me and when they need their space. Moments where we are celebrating something good and using that same energy to be with them when it's not good. This is really one of the things that I consider as a test of friendship. I read somewhere that the best way or the most effective way of making friends is by being with someone, especially at their lowest, at their hardest times. Such times really bring you together. Such times really help you know each other more. Such times really help you know who really cares and who doesn't. Such times really test friendships, test relationships, and it is always good to be careful, to know and to be aware that this is my friend, this is how they need me. Most of the time you can even be vocal and ask, so how do you need me in this? Do you need any help? Is there any specific way I can help, or just figure it out yourself? There are different ways of being there for your friends. As they say, a good friend is one who cries with you and laughs with you when you're laughing, cries with you when you're crying. All these things are things that I have picked, and I'm really grateful because at this point I'm able to share with you some of these things. Another thing that I also learned, point number 4, is that it's about sharing common interests and enjoying people's company. This especially, I had to really get into terms with it very clearly, because one simple illustration I got was, how many people do you meet in a matatu on that nduthi you're on a flight, you're on a train, you're on a boat, ship, whichever means you are using, and you get to enjoy their company. So many. And what of people that you share common interests with? How many people like swimming? Okay, I don't know how to swim, but I like getting to water. That's a story for another day. How many people like traveling? How many people like hiking? How many people like public speaking? How many people like movies? How many people love video games? All these things. Mention it. How many people like what you're interested in? And most of the time we fall into the trap of we have many things in common, therefore we are friends. It is good. It is also, again, this is also a factor to consider, but this should not be the only thing that is determining whether you're friends or not. You will walk around and find such people, but do they really care about you? That person, that lady or guy you have met in a matatu on your way to town, and you have really enjoyed their company, or on your journey to Mombasa, to Kisumu. No, or at a restaurant you have just met and you get to share a table or a bench. Do they really care about you? Ask yourself that question. It will help you determine whether you have friends or not. So, and last but not least, I feel like true friends are true friends. True friends are basically true friends. True friends are true friends. They are honest, they are truthful, they won't lie to you. They will tell you what you need to hear when you need to hear them. Especially that bit. I feel like this, for me, marks how true you are to me. When my intentions do not sit well with you, and you're able to come clean and say, well, I don't think that is right, probably try this, or consult this before you make that move. Consult so and so before you make that move. So something of that kind. Being able to know that this person really wishes the best for me. It is not just what I want, that's what I'm going with. Most of the time, that is what we live by. Like, let me do what I want. But why is that person your friend? He or she is your friend to be able to help you reason in a sober way, if that makes sense. And whatever is not even clear to you, they are able to explain. Probably something went down somewhere and you're not even aware whether the effects or the consequences of your actions, you're not even fully aware of them. And they are aware. They're able to come clean and tell you now, Hapa, this is what happened. Don't think your response was correct. I don't think you treated that child correctly. I don't think you were kind to so and so. Such really constructive correction and feedback in a very honorable and respectful way really is able to tie you together. These are just but a few of the things that I have picked. And friends are friends. You don't have to always talk every day, but once you talk, it's always a good time. It's always where did we leave this from, and picking it up, and and going on. You don't have to see your friends every day, but they are there. You don't have to talk every day, but once you do, it's always a good time. And good friendships are honorable friendships, that you respect each other, that even when it's time to walk away, you leave each other honorably. Like, you are aware that fine, this and this happened, but it is time to move on. It is time for the next phase of our lives. Therefore, I wish you all the best, truthfully and respectfully. The Bible says 2 can withstand an enemy, but a 3-stranded cord cannot be easily broken. In other words, it is good to walk with someone. It is good when you are living life, you live life with someone. And a 3-corded strand, meaning the more you are the better life will be for you. The easier it will be to fight some things. The easier it will be for you to not experience the coldness in this world. The easier it will be for you to make even smarter decisions. You know, iron sharpens iron. It is good even for your own growth, for your own development. I mean, right from the beginning, we were created to need each other. We were created to rely on one another, and therefore it is good to understand that we can't live life by ourselves. Truth is, we were created to rely on one another. We were created to need each other's love, each other's attention, each other's piece of wisdom, each other's experiences, and learn from them. There's so much we can pick from the people around us. It's good to be careful to know who is really your friend. And of course, we are to love everybody everywhere. But it is also good to draw the line where we know this is the extent to which you come close. Sort of, yeah. And always remember, our relationships serve a purpose, not only for the good times, but also for the bad times. I'm hoping you have really picked something from this session today. I hope you find where you are. Hope you've been okay. I really wish you a good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching this. Kindly don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe down below, and hit the ring bell so that you get a notification every time I get to post such amazing videos as this. Goodbye. See you on Wednesday on my next video. Bye bye.
Squeeze me oh so tight. Show me that you